Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT Americas Stage 2 playoffs. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Itopata, the head coach of Leviatan, who are coming off of a lower bracket finals victory over KRU to progress to the grand finals of said competition. And Itopata, congratulations on the victory. A very tough series, I would say. A very long series also, but still, coming out on top, just want to ask you the obvious. How are you feeling first and foremost?
Yeah, thank you first of all, and I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously, it was a hard win, but those are like the sweetest ones. So I'm pretty happy that we were able to close it out. At the start of map 5, I thought the guys we just need to be mentally resilient, and that's exactly what they did to close out the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was definitely a moment in which Crew was in that position to win the series, going up 2-1 over you guys, winning Sunset on map 3. I mean, a vast contrast compared to the first time we saw that happen in playoffs. I mean, what was the team's mentality like when you guys were down 2-1, and what were exactly some of the things that you kind of told them, or maybe the team did within themselves, that just made that switch for the better?
I think after the sunset, the main thing was to calm down everyone because uh, we should have closed out Heaven, and then it would have been easy to 3-0 the series and have like a chill game. But we made some like very big individual mistakes, which costed us a lot of rounds on both Sunset and Heaven. And I saw that people were getting tilted. Like you've been working for a couple of months for this split, so losing out like this, it doesn't feel good. And obviously, we just had to calm down everyone, and after that we just had to focus on ourselves, play our game, because going into Abyss nobody really saw our composition before, nobody knew what we were playing, so we knew that it would have been an easier map.
For sure, just the fact that you guys were playing Abyss in the first time. Going a little bit into that, I mean, how did you kind of see the team perform with that composition in mind, with just having first time experience just playing that map in the official server, and how did that then play into just how the team would perform in map 5?
I think playing out the map first time on stage it's always risky. You always feel a little bit nervous about it. And both Abyss and Ascent, because Ascent we had a new composition that we haven't shown on stage before, we had like our doubts, obviously. And Abyss, adding to that a new map, we don't know what exactly is the best. We just went to our comfort picks. Obviously, we have Mazino, who is probably the best harbor in the world. So we just try to play around it. And I'm really happy with the way we played it. Honestly, I think it was a 13-10 the score, but it could have been easily like 13-5 or 13-6.
Then I gotta ask you about Ascent. I mean, no, yeah, Ascent. Just having that composition very similar to Sentinels, I would say. I mean, what led to you guys just adopting that composition? Was it just because of that inspiration from Sentinels, or did you kind of look at other aspects besides them?
No, not really. We've been playing this composition for a while now. It's just that we never revealed Ascent. We were actually saving it for those games because we know that this composition is actually really, really strong. And I mean, when I watched Sentinels, I don't think they were playing it the way we were playing it, so we weren't like really faced by them losing the map, because we knew that we're playing in a different way than them, and we have different ideas than them.
Yeah, for sure. And even so, like Crew definitely showed a better form compared to that previous encounter in which you guys dominated them earlier on in the playoffs. Just now focusing onto them from your point of view. I mean, what kind of adjustments did they made from your eyes, that just made it a lot more difficult to defeat for this occasion?
Um, I know it's kind of bad to say this, but they adopted basically our Heaven and our Sunset. Um, I don't think it's anything like bad on their side. We knew that, like being one of the best teams in the league, having those maps as one of our strongest ones, like people are just gonna straight up copy what we're doing. And I think them knowing exactly what we're doing the whole time made it a lot harder. Because for example, on Icebox, they didn't have really an idea of what we're doing, but going into Heaven and Sunset, it felt like they know how we're playing, so we had to adapt on the fly.
Yeah, for sure. And despite everything, you guys are moving on, finally making the first grand finals within the org history, first grand finals for you in Tier One. Speaking, of course, I mean, just talking about that. I mean, it's been a long road for this team to get to this point. A lot of lows, a lot of highs, a lot of shakes, roster wise, everything else. But just after all of that, getting to the grand finals of Stage 2 playoffs, what's the feeling like? Do you feel it's like gratifying for you, given that you are head coach leading this team to make to this point?
Yeah, obviously it feels really nice being in the finals. I think I think there was, as you said, there was a lot of highs and a lot of lows for this team, and right now I feel like we're kind of in the middle, because it kind of seemed like last split is repeating, where we were extremely good in the regular season, and then come playoffs, our form just dropped. And I think today we had to prove to ourselves that yesterday was just an off day. G2 got a free win off of us, and we want to be on our best. Even though going into the grand final, obviously they have a very big veto advantage, but going into the grand final, we won this rematch.
And this rematch you will definitely get tomorrow. A little bit of a sidetrack though, just focusing on yourself. Like I said, first grand finals, but more so just first appearance in the champions. And it's also easy to forget where you were last year. Last year you were in Apex fighting for ascension. Ultimately, it didn't really work out, finishing second. But to go from that to this, I mean, how do you kind of look back on your progression, individual progression, to go from Apex to assistant coach, moving up to head coach, and now reaching champions with a chance to winning VCT Americas?
Well, after we lost Ascension, obviously it was really depressing for everyone, and I took it hard. It took me a while to like shake it off. Even when I started with Leviatan, I still felt a little bit the disappointment of that loss of the grand final. And I'm really happy with the way I'm developing. I think every team so far for me was like a step forward, and all of my teams are showing like really, really good stuff. So individually, I'm pretty happy with where I am, and I'm still very hungry to improve and to win. And yeah, going into Champions, I'm super, super excited. There is still a lot more that we can improve on, and we're gonna do our best to use the small time that we have between the grand final and start of Champions and improve on, make sure that we're at our peak form, and just bring out the level that everyone likes to see.
One thing to focus on for G2 tomorrow, what would that one thing be?
There's a lot of things that we need to focus on. First off, I think it's really important that we know how to beat their Lotus, because obviously they're insane at that map, and they're gonna play it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a first pick. So I think that's one of the most important things. If we're able to steal this map from them, I think we have a really, really high chance to win the series.
Well said, and hopefully you're able to make that happen, and then some for tomorrow. Itopata, thank you so much for making this happen, doing this interview, answering all my questions, and best of luck tomorrow.